So here's a lot. We have just a lot more x's, a lot more terms. So we just need to be more organized. We've got some brackets involved in here. So I want to get rid of the brackets first. So again, you have to keep organized and keep track of everything. And that's really going to be the most important part. So plus, I'm going to distribute this out. 2x minus 6, okay, minus 9 equals 7 minus 3x. Okay, so I'm going to combine my like terms where I can. So it looks like I have 1x here, minus 15 here. Okay, so again, I think I'm going to move all my x's on that side. So I'm going to get rid of the x's on the right hand side. So I'm going to add 3 x's to both sides. So then I want to get rid of the minus 15 with a plus 15. Balance that off. Okay, so I end up with 4 x's on this side, 22 on this side. Okay, so then we're going to divide by 4, x equals, that's going to simplify to 11 over 2 or 5.5. Okay, so that's really important that you're showing all your steps. You're showing me the balance. You're showing me the opposites. I don't want to see you just moving things across and do like plus 2 like that. Okay, now that is something that you can do later on maybe, but right now you must show me the opposite operation. Okay, I don't want you to think that you could just move things around. We're not moving things around. We're balancing things, and so that this did not somehow move and magically transform to a positive. That's not what's happening. Okay, what we're doing is we are using an opposite to undo that, and then we're balancing. That's how it shows up as a plus 2 on this side. Okay, so it's really important that you're not just moving things around, because algebra does not work that way. There's only one rule, that's balance. There's no such thing as moving and transforming and stuff like that. Okay, that's not a good way to think of algebra. Okay, it's not magic. It doesn't magically somehow change signs. Okay, so what do we have here? So we're going to end up with negative 3x minus 14 is equal to 7x plus 4. So notice that I probably would have normally done another step before, but it's not wrong as long as I keep it balanced. That's the only rule, balance. Did I keep it balanced? If I did, I'm allowed to do this. Okay, so I'm going to distribute that negative in. So remember that that negative has to go into both terms. So negative 3x plus 14. Okay, that becomes 7x plus 4. I'm going to put the x's on the right hand side, so I'm going to get rid of that negative 3x with a plus 3x. A plus 3x, I'm going to get rid of that 4 with a minus 4 and a minus 4. When I account for everything, I end up with positive 10 on the left hand side, positive 10x on the right hand side. Well, each x is equal to 1. So I get x equals 1. Okay, so here we have lots of stuff going on, but we're solving for x. So we did one like this the other day. So all we have to do is remember to keep track of that 12z. And we need to make sure that we are keeping track of all the parts. And this is the idea of undoing things. Okay, undoing and balancing. So if I was doing this, I would divide everything by 2 first, because I can see I have 2 groups, 2 groups, 2 groups, 2 groups. So I would just simplify it by dividing by 2. But you know, generally, an easy way to think of it is, well, it's always kind of nice to multiply things out. So I'm going to do that. So at this point, I'm going to divide everything by 2. Just going to divide it all by 2. So I get x plus 1 plus 6z equals 4x minus 11. So I've just taken that whole balance and took half of everything on the left side and half of everything on the right side and say that's going to stay balanced. So I want to get my x's. I'm going to put my x's on the right hand side. So I'm going to get rid of that with a minus x, and I'm going to get rid of that minus 11 with a plus 11 and plus 11 here. Okay, so 0 pair, 0 pair. So keeping track of everything. So I've got 12 plus 6z. That's equal to 3x's. Okay, we got lots of things here. So the big thing is keep making sure that we've kept track of everything. Everything looks pretty good. So I want to then find out what 1x is. So I'm going to divide everything by 3. And that means dividing everything on this side by 3. Okay, so that means that I have to distribute that division across like that. Okay, because remember, times and divide distribute across plus and minus. So we end up with 4 plus 2z is equal to my x. So there it is. I've solved for my x. I've got x by itself, and each x is equal to 4 plus 2z. Okay, and if you plug it back in, you should see that it works.